Hello, Morris class, and welcome back after your half-term break. I just wanted to start off by saying I hope you've had a fantastic half-term and you've had a well-deserved rest, and I hope you are back with a bang and ready to begin this term. Okay, so this term, our topic is Van Gogh. Van Gogh. And we will be learning about him in history. So this is our first history lesson, and our learning objective for this lesson is, can I explain who Van Gogh is? Well done. Oh, I forgot to mention the date. Today is Monday, the 22nd of February, 2021. Okay, so on our screen in front of us, here are some of the most famous paintings that Van Gogh has painted himself. So not this one at the top, but this one here, which is called the Sunflowers. And then we've got the Starry Night, and we've got a portrait of himself, a self-portrait, which basically means when you paint yourself, a picture of yourself. Okay, let's begin. I am going to be reading out some facts about Van Gogh, okay? So you need to have some good listening and some good looking. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what your task is now. So you do some good looking and some good listening. You are going to choose your favorite fact card, okay? So fact card number 1. Ready? Vincent Van Gogh, which is his full name, was born on the 30th of March in 1853 in Groot Zundert, the Netherlands. He had 3 sisters and 2 brothers. Okay. When he was 13, Van Gogh was sent to school in Tilburg, the Netherlands. He left halfway through his 2nd year and never went back to school. So this is actually a boarding school, okay? Okay, when Van Gogh was 16, he became an apprentice art dealer at his uncle's company in The Hague, the Netherlands. His brother Theo also worked for the company. In 1876, Van Gogh was dismissed from his job, or that means he was asked to leave, as an art dealer. He worked for a while as a teacher, first in Ramsgate and later in Isleworth, London, which is very close to Langley. It's only about 15 or 20 minutes up the road. Okay, good listening. Van Gogh originally wanted to be a church pastor like his father. He even lived for a while in Belgium, preaching to miners and their families. That means he was spreading the word of God. Okay, Van Gogh did not start painting until he was 27. In the 10 years up to his death, he produced nearly 900 paintings. You can tell he was extremely busy. Van Gogh was a prolific letter writer. Most of the 800 letters he wrote were to his brother Theo. Theo supported him financially so that he was able to paint. Van Gogh did not have the money to pay for professional models, so he painted subjects. That means he painted objects or things, such as flowers, landscapes, and himself. So that's where his self-portrait comes into play. Okay, I hope you're doing some good listening. Remember, you're choosing your favorite fact card. So have a quick think, pause the video here, have a quick think, which one is to be in your favorite so far? And if you haven't got a favorite, then wait until the end. Okay. When Van Gogh was living in Paris, he became interested in Japanese art, which was very fashionable at the time. He had over 600 prints in his studio for inspiration. Van Gogh's earlier paintings, such as the Potato Eaters, so this painting here is called the Potato Eaters, are dark and sombre. His later works are much more colourful and vivid, for example, the Sunflowers. Okay, Van Gogh was close friends with the artist Paul Gauguin. They lived and worked together at a time at Van Gogh's house in Arles, France. Apologies if my French accent is not 100% on point, but I can only try. Okay, Van Gogh painted his own self-portrait over 30 times, including the famous self-portrait with bandaged ear. So you might be thinking, this is his self-portrait, so this is his hat, this is his coat that he was wearing at the time. Why does he have a bandage on his ear? Have a think while we move on to the next fact card. Okay, in December 1888, part of Van Gogh's ear was cut off during an argument with Paul Gauguin. Experts are not sure whether he cut it off himself or it happened between a fight between the pair. Okay, so if we think back now, so this Paul Gauguin, I think that's how you pronounce it. So he got into an argument with this. He was supposed to be his good friend. They even were living together at one point. So they got into an argument. Now, it is not clear whether he cut his own ear off or part of his ear, just the earlobe, which is a soft part of your ear, or it happened in the fight. So that is not clear. Okay, throughout his life, Van Gogh suffered from bouts of mental illness. One of his most famous works, The Starry Night, was painted while he was receiving treatment in hospital. Okay, Van Gogh died of a gunshot wound to the stomach at Auvers-sur-Oise, France, on the 29th of July, 1890, aged 37. So he was only 37 years old. It is not clear how the wound was caused. Okay, Van Gogh's brother Theo died 6 months after him, and they are buried side by side in the town cemetery of Auvers-sur-Oise, France. So it is quite ironic and quite sweet, actually, that he was so close to his brother, and it was sweet that Theo was allowed to be laid next to his brother, so Vincent, which is very sweet. After his death, Van Gogh's sister-in-law, Joanna, and Van Gogh Bonga promoted his work. She edited and published the brothers' letters. Her son, Vincent Willem Van Gogh, founded the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. It is believed that Van Gogh only sold one painting of his own during his lifetime, which was this one here, and it was called Red Vineyard at Arles. It is now in the collection of the Pushkin Museum in Moscow, Russia. The colours that he used in his paintings have become less vibrant. That means they've sort of dulled a little bit. They're not as bright since he painted them. Like many painters of the time, he used a pigment called chrome yellow, which fades and changes as time passes. So, for example, during his time when he was alive and when he was painting, he might have used like a really bright yellow. But over the years, it's been sort of 2 centuries, so over the 200 years, or almost 200 years, the yellow might not be as bright anymore. It might be like a dull, like a mix of grey, okay? In May 1990, Van Gogh's painting, The Portrait of Dr. Gadget, sold for $82.5 million at Christie's, New York. The auction only took 3 minutes, which is this very famous portrait here. So this was sold for $82.5 million, and within 3 minutes it was sold. Someone gave such a high offer that nobody else could match it, and it was sold. Okay, now I have gone through all of the fact cards of Van Gogh's life. Now it is your turn, my risk class. You are going to choose your favorite Van Gogh card and record yourself explaining why you chose it and what you like best about it, okay? So you can, if you don't want to record yourself, you can write it down and you can take a picture and put it onto tapestry, or you can record yourself. It's your choice, okay? So I hope you've enjoyed learning about Van Gogh's life, and please do choose your favorite fact. If you have more than one, then you can do more than one, but the very minimum is 1. Okay, Maris. I will see your work on tapestry. I look forward to seeing your work on tapestry. Sorry, a bit rusty, actually. It's been half term, so just warming up into making the videos again. But until then, take care, keep smiling, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.